How you guys doing? This is Derek with Dillon Woodworking, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to set up a paint sprayer. Maybe you just bought one, you've never sprayed before, or you're curious on how to set up your 490 XT. That is what this specific sprayer is, or even a 390. They all should be pretty similar, if not the exact same. So they all should have two tubes coming out of your sprayer. Now one is going to be the hose that sucks up whatever you have it in, and one is your return hose. Okay, the shorter, smaller hose is going to be your return. So to begin, you might want to run, if it's a brand new sprayer, you might want to run some water through it. I don't know if they recommend that or not, but I know I usually would if it's a brand new sprayer. So what I'm going to do, I already had some water ran through this system because I cleaned it just the other day. Today we're going to do our final spray, and then we are going to clean this thing really good. So I recommend having, you're definitely going to need at least 2 buckets, if not 3. 3 might be a little easier. Also recommend having a couple lids, and this specific lid has the cutout for the hoses. Highly recommend doing that. It's always good to cover your paint, and also when you get to the cleaning stage, you'll see that this is actually going to be really handy, or else you'll have paint everywhere. So let's get this thing ready, and let's get the system primed. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to separate the hoses. So you're going to have your return hose in a crappy bucket, and you're going to take the hose that sucks up whatever you want it in. We're going to put that in the paint. So they're separated. Now what I want to do is I want to prime the system so it's sucking up the paint and then pushing all the crap and water out this hose until we get paint. Now that's what I'm going to do. Now first, I'm going to turn the sprayer on. Now your valve here, hopefully you can see that, your valve here is pointing down. Down means prime. If you point it straight, that's going to be spray. If you're curious, you could also put it this way. That also would spray. Because both of it's just disengaging the prime mode. Now, if you look closely, there is an arrow pointing down is this return hose for priming. So if you want to look at it that way, where it's pointing where it's going to go out the priming hose, or point it straight, it's going to go out the actual gun hose. So we're going to go down into prime, and to remember, off is always this dial all the way down. Now I'm going to slowly twist the dial, and you'll start seeing the water come out of the prime hose. So let's do that. It looks like we have paint now. I like to run it for another second. I kind of waste paint, but want to make sure all the water's out. Yeah, that all looks like paint. All right, now you put this back in with the other hose, because now your whole system is primed. You have paint all the way through it and out the other hose. This actually is just a liner, just kind of what I have laying around at the moment. Now that we have that primed, your next thing is going to be priming the gun. Now for this setup we have the PowerShot XT, which just came out recently. Super pumped to get it. Runs off DeWalt batteries. The idea behind it and the reason why it's so awesome is the orifice or whatever it is inside that opens and closes in a split second. Makes it so the spitting that you usually have with an airless sprayer is like non-existent. I'd say minimal, because I think they do say sometimes it will tiny bit, but I have not seen any, so I will say none. So I'm going to get this set with the tip that I'm going to be using. We are spraying Gallery Series paint, and I am using a Fine Finish 210. So I'm going to get all that in here, get it lined up. Now have the tip guard in, and I turn it backwards so that I'm just spraying out the far distance to like the tip cleaning side, whatever you want to call it. If you want to know more about the XTs, the Power Shot. Now there's a couple versions. If you have like a 390 or an older sprayer, you can still get a Power Shot. You just have to make sure it's not the XT. The XT is only for the XT sprayers, which makes sense. So now we want to prime the gun. What we're going to do is, we're already in low pressure. This specific sprayer has low pressure, which that's probably glaring a ton, so you probably can't really see the screen that well. But we're going to turn to spray, and then we're going to slowly turn up the PSI. So we're definitely just shooting water, and we'll just keep doing that until we get paint. So now we're starting to get paint. That took definitely a little bit, and that's because it's a 50-foot hose. I'm spraying it at a very low pressure with a very small fine finish tip. So it's looking like it is all paint. I definitely want to make sure that it is paint, because I'm going to start spraying the finished coat on all my doors. Well, technically I'm spraying 2 coats on the fronts today. But I definitely don't want to spray like water. But it looks like we're all paint here. So I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to switch this to spray. Now, I'm going to wipe the tip a little bit. Gets a little paint gunked. Now with the Gallery series, with the Power Shot, the primer, I noticed that right around 800 to 840 was like a really good pressure. I tried that pressure with the Gallery series paint itself, and it seemed too high. So I kept dialing it down, and I ended up settling right around like 550 to 500. That's too low. We have paint going everywhere. Right there's like 510. This seems like a good, got paint all over the gun. Can't get it dirty. Alright, so now that I have my pressure dialed in, everything's set, now I am good to just spray. If you're curious on how to clean one of these or a paint sprayer, stay tuned. I'm going to post a video of that coming up shortly as well. Hopefully this helped you on how to set up your paint sprayer. If it did, please like and subscribe.